Hey guys, so this is Princess Roy. Welcome to the Pinky Room Show. Today is another wonderful day. Um, I'm very sorry for being late. We have been a very huge technical issue today, and we're trying to get our guests to join us today. We're still working on it to see if we can get them because we're having the connection is so bad, and we've been trying to get them on the show, but we're trying. Okay, so if you tune in, welcome to the Pinky Room Show with Princess Roy. This is another episode. All right, so I think I've been off for 2 months. Okay, so we went for holidays. The summer holidays was a lot going on. So I had to do a lot for the summer holidays. So unfortunately, for 2 months, I think we missed our July. And I guess so. Well, yeah, we're back. And just to remind you, okay, so next month is the second year anniversary of the Pink Hilton Show. There's a lot of preparation going on. There's a lot that we're doing. So be ready for huge things, okay? Be ready for huge things. So, like I told you, just join. This is Prince Troy on the Pink Room Show. All right. So we're still waiting for our guests to join us. We're trying so much. I don't know how. I don't know if we can get them, but there's a huge, problem going on. But we'll try to get them. If not, we'll still do the show today. Okay. And I will tell you today's topic we have Christian men in abusive relationship or marriage. Okay. So Christian men in marriage or abusive relationship or marriage. Okay. So we're still trying to get our um, guests on the show. But if we don't get them, like I said, we'll still go on with the show. And I'll tell you something about an abusive relationship, men. Because, sometimes people think that it's always women that go through abusive relationship or abusive marriages. Okay. It's always women, like Christian women that goes through abusive relationship. But I tell you what, it's not only the women, it's also the men. And this is why today we're going to discuss about that. Because I think last month we discussed about um, women, Christian women in abusive marriages or relationships. So today, this month, we're going to discuss about the men. Because when we do the show, sometimes when we talk about what the women are going through, the men will come back to me and tell me, Princess, it's not only the women who go through that. We also, as men, we go through the same thing. So it's not only the women that go through that. So they came to me, they said, you know what? It's not only women. We want you to also talk about it. We want you to also let the people know that we, we, the men also go through abusive relationships. So this is what we're going to discuss today. Last month we had Stella Damasus on the show, and we had Gwendolyn also came on the show, and we discussed about abusive relationship. There's so many things going on in this world. There's so many abuse that is going on in this world. Like I said, we always think that it's only the women that go through abusive relationship. We think that it's only the men that abuse women, but unfortunately, please don't get it twisted. Men also go through abusive relationship. Men also go through abusive marriages. Okay, so it's not only the women. So we want people to know that there are men there that are so silent. The fact that the men doesn't talk about it doesn't mean that they don't go through it. The fact that they don't talk about it doesn't mean that they don't go through. There are many men who are dying in their marriages. As I'm talking now, they are dying in their marriages, but they can't say it. Women, we like talking. Women, we voice out. Men keep it in, right? So it doesn't mean that they don't experience abusive marriage. They're not going through that. They are also going through that. So today we want to also talk about the men's perspective of abusive, of going through abusive marriages and relationship. Because there's this thing that we have to do. Many marriages are breaking down. And what is the reason? That's what the Pinky Room show is made for. We talk about the why, the who's, the what's, what is going on, the reason behind what is happening. Things are happening. People will talk about it. We'll talk about it. We'll accuse the people. We'll judge people without knowing the reason behind why they are doing what they are doing. I always say that even someone, if someone kills, I tell you what, that person has a reason. Nobody will wake up one day and say, you know, I'm going to kill somebody. There might be a reason. It might not be a good reason, but it's still a reason. So there's a reason behind every single thing that we do. There's a reason behind it. And that's what we're going to talk about. That's what the Pinky Room Show is about. So if you just tune, this is Princess Roy on the Pinky Room Show. And today, thank God we've got our wonderful, great man, Reverend, a man I respect so much. We've been talking for so long, but I had the opportunity to meet him, I think, once in Ghana when I went to see him. And I'm telling you, when I went to see him, he was like more than a father to me. You know, it's like the first time we started talking, it's like we're as if we knew ourselves for so long, you know, and he's a blessing to us, a blessing to the nation, a blessing to the world. He's someone that really encourages me when it comes to my life, his Christian life and everything. And God is taking him to places. He's always rising up every day because of humility. This man is so humble. You tell him everything. He said, yes, please. Yes, please. I was like, oh my God, he is my papa, you know? So I have now Reverend Dr. Abiam Danso on the speaking room show. You can see the way he's dressed up now. This man he's not only a man of God, he's a king, he's ruling, and this is what we call to do. People think that Christians we should just, you know, be just like that. So Christian, you don't have to dress up Christian, you can't. We need to rule. We have to take the world. If you look at
Mm,
the Bible, from generation to generation, all the great
mm,
men were kings and princes and royals. David, Solomon, Joseph, they were taking over. We need to take over. We have to take the places of the parliament and everything. That's what we're called to do because our father he's a king, and that's what we're supposed to do. We have to rule. Thank you so much for coming on the show. I know you have a very busy schedule today, but you've
yeah.
given us a bit of time. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. God
You're
bless you.
welcome. You're
Thank you
welcome.
so
You're
much.
welcome.
I'm not going to take much of your time today. Like I told the people, we're trying to get Pastor Frank on the show as well, but I think he's also we're having issues with technical issues with him. So we're going to spend a bit of time here, and then we're not going to take much time. Normally, what we do on the show, we have a three segment that we do on the show. We have
Okay.
the what is going on segment, we have a funny segment, and then we have the main topic that we discuss about. So we'll quickly go through the funny segment and what is going on segment. Okay, so our funny segment for today, one of my viewers sent to me, said, Princess, some pastors are doing things, strange things in this world to survive. So I want you to ask our pastors today, great men today, that if in case we ask them that they should receive about say 50 slaps, right? 50 strong slaps, and then we offer them $10,000, will they do it? So I said, okay, I don't know, but I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna ask my guests. Let them tell me, will they do it, Papa? Would you do it?
I think I am not for money, so my life is
Right.
more important than that amount of money, and I think I'm worth more than that, so I wouldn't do it.
Yeah. Okay. So Papa said that he's not for money. He is not for money. So you definitely wouldn't do it. You wouldn't receive 50 slaps for $10,000 dollars. You wouldn't do
No,
that.
no.
Right. Okay. So if you're watching and you just tuned into the Pinky Room Show, this is Princess Roy. We are live now on Roy Network on YouTube, also on Abedin TV, YKA TV, on Facebook, on also on YouTube. Also, our distributors are Universe Network based in the US. They distribute the show, and so we everywhere tonight, all over the world. We've been, I mean, everywhere in the world today. So if you tune in, please send your comments. Like I said, we're not going to spend much time here today because our papa have other things to do. So we're going to be quick. Um, okay, so our next segment, Papa, is the what is going on segment. So I heard a story. I think it happens in Ghana or somewhere. A pastor who killed a lady, and then it's going on. It is going
Mm.
on, doing strange things. So my question is, what exactly is going on? What is your take about men of God who are killing people for rituals? Because we thought all these things weren't. I mean, it's not part of this Christendom, or it's not. This is not a pastor cannot do this, but it's happening. It is happening. People are doing strange things for strange reasons. So, Papa, what's your take about men of God who are killing people, doing ritual just to get fame, or to get popularity, or maybe to get big churches and all that? What's your take about that, please?
Honestly, in a sense, I believe you're talking about the young lady that died based on was it so there was a chief and there was a
Yes,
man of God, the so-called man
yes,
of God.
yes.
I have followed the story a little bit, but you'll be shocked that
Mm,
um, the young man who happens, most people are thinking he's a man of God,
mm.
happens to be a boyfriend to the young lady's sister. And
Really?
yes, yes, yes. And so
Wow.
um, the story the story keeps on changing. So,
Right,
and this person has been arrested and they are investigating. So, in a
right.
sense, for me, I always say some things. When you started in the beginning, you said,
Yeah,
your statement was beautiful. You wouldn't
yeah.
know why that happened. It's
Right,
just a hearsay. Somebody said,
right.
and you saw a video, so therefore everybody wants to talk about it. But in the
Talking
details, it
about
takes
it.
only God
Mhm. Right, right.
to be able to know. So, can you see me? Are you able to see me?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
I believe that
Okay, we're having a bit of technical issues here, but hopefully we'll get through. We can't hear you now. I think we can't hear you now. Can you hear me, Papa? Can you hear me? Okay, your thing is gone off. I can't hear you now. Oh, okay. I can't hear you now. I don't know if yeah. We can't hear you now. Okay. All right. So guys, if you just tune in, this is Princess Roy on the Pinky Room Show. So today, like I told you, we're discussing about men in abusive marriages or relationships. Okay, so we just had Reverend Dr. Abiem down so on the show, and we're having a bit of technical. Today has been, I don't know, coming back today is like a different thing altogether. So we're having a massive technical issue, but we're not going to give up. We're still going to go on the show. We're waiting for him to reconnect on the Pinky Room Show. So if you just tune, this is Princess Roy on the Pinky Room Show, and today our topic is men, Christian men in abusive relationship or marriage. Okay, so we have Reverend Dr. Abiem Danso back on the show.
okay.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
So Papa, I think yeah, we had a bit of technical difficulties there. So you were saying something before the line went off, please.
Yeah, forgive me. A lot of people are calling at this moment. That's why it's coming from my end.
Yes, I
Yes,
know you have
yes,
interviews to
yes.
go and all that.
Yeah,
So
I'm
I
very sorry about
understand.
that. The what
No,
I'm
it's
trying
okay.
to say is that because it's is on the hands of the court, the
Yes.
police, and they are doing their
Yeah.
investigation, I think to comment on it is a very serious offense. So we sometimes have to
Right.
let wait until we get to know
Yes.
what it is. Um,
What the
but in
okay.
terms of rituals, you were talking about
Yeah.
rituals. In
Hmm.
every organization, there is rituals,
Yeah.
and
Right.
so
That is deep.
yes, yes.
Right.
Even being a Christian, there must be a
Yeah.
ritual you ought to do before you be accepted in the Christianity. you know
Right.
and
Hmm.
yes, so if you want to be a Christian, first of all, you have to accept Christ as your personal savior. You have to repent from your sins and be baptized
That's it.
by the water,
Mm.
and then receiving the Holy Spirit. That is rituals. So we
It
have good
is.
ones and bad ones, so basically that is the point. So
Right.
I think that to kill somebody, to, as you
Mm.
said earlier, to kill somebody for us as a rituals, it depends
Mm.
on the person and why. you know
Right.
if it's against the law, and you do
Hmm.
something like that, I mean, you're going to be punished by the law. And
Right.
also, as me being a Christian, taking the life of a person, you need to be very careful
Right.
about that. And so
True.
yes, these days, I wouldn't say only men of God. If you come to Ghana, you realize that young
Mm.
men are so much into money, young women are so
Right.
much into money, so they don't value a life at all. They
Hmm.
don't care of,
Right.
of killing somebody. So I
Right.
think that we need to desist from that.
Right.
Mm,
Right. You said something very very deep. I mean, really hits me. You said in everything there's sacrifices. There's everything. There's
mm,
sacrifices, but people don't know. People don't realize that in Christian life we sacrifice, but it's a different way. Like we have to go through pain. We have to go through so many things that break us, that mold us.
mm,
That is like a process, you know.
mm,
And I have been through mine. I'm still going through it.
mm,
It's very deep what you said, that in everything there's sacrifices. We have to sacrifice. There's something that you have to do to get to
mm,
wherever you want to get to. But
mm,
killing a human being, that's very very, it's a big deal. It's a
mm,
big deal.
mm.
you know
Yeah.
like in the olden days, or maybe in the ancient days, they used to kill the cows, the goats, the sheep, and to make sacrifice to God, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, let me be frank with you. When we talk about killing people,
Right.
it is not just only you have
Mm.
used a knife to cut the head of a person alone. Sometimes
Thank you.
by lying,
Thank
I mean,
you.
not looking at the person having a family, and you lie about the person, and just to
Yeah.
disgrace the person, for the person to take something to drink and die by it herself or himself.
Mm.
That alone is a killing as well.
Right.
People can gossip, people can lie about people, people can just disgrace people just to destroy their life, destroy their home, destroy
Right.
their family, destroy their
Hmm.
children. These are killings. And so there
It's
are many
killing.
murders
Mm.
mm, going on, and people don't actually look at that. The point is, it's not about only
Right.
men of God, it's society.
Mm.
Now we don't care
Right.
about people's life anymore. We All you think
That's it.
about is selfishness and wickedness, and it's getting bad. It's
It's
getting
getting
bad.
worse.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
True. Like people, like you said, people, it's not only cutting somebody's head, is what we call killing, but you can kill something. And the thing is, emotional killing is the dangerous one, because physically
Mm,
you will not see it, but
yeah. Yeah.
emotionally you would die slowly. So people die. We think what happened to the person. You can cause the person depression, high blood
Mm.
pressure, all these things. That is a part of
Recently,
killing as well.
recently something happened. A
Mm.
young lady being at home, and then a friend calls her that your husband is cheating on you, and I have seen your husband
Right.
right now at this area. So if you like, go and see, come and see. I'm right there. And the young lady just took a car, and whilst he was driving, he got an accident and died.
Jesus.
What do you
Wow.
think you done? You've
You've
killed
killed
your
her.
friend by lying, by giving such information,
That's
knowing
it.
the character of your friend.
Wow.
So there are so many ways of killing people that you
Killing
might not
people.
see, but it's dangerous. It's dangerous. It's
But you know what?
dangerous.
Before I move on, I'm going to say that we need to have more time because I think for some time now, from August, that's when I was trying to get it on the show, and
Yes.
then the things going on. I went on holidays, summer holidays, and all that, so we couldn't come on the show. So
Yes.
today, I wanted us to spend more time because I've heard you, I've watched you go on
Mm,
interviews and the things that you say, deep things. Honestly, the
mm,
wisdom that you share is mind blowing.
mm,
Today,
mm,
like I told my viewer, my audience that we will not spend much time because while we're having a bit of difficulties and you have somewhere to go, so we'll have time
mm,
to have you more to discuss more about this topic.
mm,
But let's go
mm,
on the main topic for today, which is um Christian men in abusive relationship.
mm,
Do
mm.
even Christian men, do they even go through abusive relationship? Because people think that it's only women that go through abusive relationship. So do
I mean,
Christian men go through abusive relationship?
yes, yes, they do. I mean,
Right.
we do go through a lot. When you are a
Yeah.
man, people do not see
Mm.
your emotion as real. When you are
True.
a man, a lot of people do
Mm.
not see your emotion
Yeah.
as real. One of the things that a
Yeah.
lot of people look at is this man likes women. This
Right.
man, yes.
Okay.
I mean, one of the things that people will use to judge you as womanizer. That's all.
Right. Mm.
It's
Mm.
something that people will look at it and make it look like it's so bad and how they go about it.
Right.
There was something my great
Yeah.
grandmother said to me. He said, every woman has a story. And when they bring that emotional story out, whether you are a woman
Mm.
or a man, you will fall for
That's
that
it.
emotion in your
True.
story. You know, but
True.
when it comes to
True.
men, we don't have any
Mm.
emotional story. Even if you say it, they will
Right.
not even mind you. So we as
Right.
men, when you are dying,
Mm.
you die freely. You know,
But why, why,
if
why
you
do
are,
you think that happened, Papa? Stop. Sorry for cutting you. Why do you think that happens? That we don't recognize what men go through, but it's like always the women.
you see, the problem is this. I mean, women are the managers of home.
Right.
You
Mm.
understand? And you
Right. Yeah.
see, for us men, we don't have any attachment, when it
Mm.
comes to humanity. When your
Right.
mother would keep you in her womb for 9 months, and scientifically we've come
That's
to
it.
realize that within that 9 months you
Mm.
hear the voice of your mother and the emotions of your mother,
That's it.
and so you become
That's it.
attached to your mother. But
Right from the
men,
womb.
yes, men, we are attached to
Mm.
our children through the woman. We love our
Mm.
children through the woman.
True.
You see, and so
True.
and then
Mm.
our children
Mm.
loves us based on the how we buy their stuff, how we give them money, how we
Yeah.
provide for them. For
Right.
their mother,
Mm.
9 months is
Mm.
okay. You understand?
Yeah.
So it is
Yeah.
really hard.
Yeah.
Women are very lonely,
Mm.
which society have not
Mm.
actually seen, that they see women as weak.
Right.
And I always say this: women
Right.
are the strongest species
The
on earth.
strongest.
The
True.
strongest. Men are
True.
the most weak,
I
you know,
agree with you.
and people don't know
Mm.
this. And you see,
Mm.
recently I was saying something that is very dangerous. There is women,
Mm.
before you give birth to a woman already has a job.
Right.
Men, yes,
Right.
woman already has a job. I'm telling you, you know,
Mm.
all a woman needs to do is to have a child, and she will take care of that child. She will cook.
That's it.
She knows how to maintain home. But when it comes to a man,
Mm.
no, 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 no. We need to go and look for something to do.
And look
Women
for
don't look
it.
for something to do.
Right.
They already have something to
Mm.
do. You understand? And now
Right.
one of the most dangerous
Mm-hmm.
things that we are facing is that gone are the days we were raising women
Right.
for men and
Mm.
children. Gone are the days.
Right.
Women were
Mm.
raised for children and men. These
Right.
days, women are raised for career.
Mm. Wow.
They have
Okay.
erased children,
Mm.
they have erased men.
Mm-hmm.
So women are
Mm.
for career. Gone are the days it was
Right.
men that was for career because we had
Okay. So
nothing to do.
what changed? What do we think that it changed? What made that thing change?
You see, it changed because politicians realized, and then let me just
Mm.
say that our the Western world realized
Right.
that that is the only way they can use to divide their families so that they can rule. So it is a
Right.
method
Oh.
that a group of people sat down to use
Right.
to break the family so that they can be able to
Mm.
rule. You understand?
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
the most serious thing now is that if you look at laws that are being passed, they are
Mm.
biased. It goes for women more than men. I mean, you are in England.
Right.
You know that every
Right.
man has to shut up, and men and women
Right.
must be ruling. And it's cut across
Right.
in Ghana and everywhere.
Mm.
You understand?
Yeah.
So it is
Yeah.
hard for men to speak. And if you're a man and you speak,
Mm.
if you are not careful, you are
Mm.
dead. Because the
Right.
majority of human beings in this world are
Mm.
women. The minority is
Right.
men. And so if you
Right.
want to be loved, you need to speak women,
Mm.
message so that you be loved. But if you
Right.
want to go in reality, I'm telling you, women, our
Mm.
mothers are killing their sons and their husbands. And
Right.
it's very
Mm.
dangerous. You know, yes,
Right.
don't get me
Mm.
wrong. There are certain
Mm.
men who are also dangerous and wicked. But the
Yeah.
point is this: who
Mm.
gave birth to him? Who raised
Right.
him?
Right.
This is the point.
Right. Mm.
I hope you
Mm.
understand. So I
Yeah.
think that we have allowed our politicians to
Mm.
destroy the family. And now
Yeah.
this is the chaos we are going through at this moment.
Right. Well, I hear people saying that, and my thought, I thought maybe the men miss it at some point, because, like you said, there's some men who also can be very I mean, have their own bad behavior,
Yeah.
and some men can treat women. I was thinking, is it not men who started doing maybe the way they treated women that have made women change that way?
You see, honestly, when it comes to even Ghana, I
Mm.
remember those days. I mean, I'm not that old, but I mean, 70s and the 80s. I
Yeah.
remember very clear when they
Mm.
went to Beijing
Mm.
and they came back. That time, then it was President Jerry Rawlings, the wife. They came and brought the
Yeah.
women power kind of thing. Those times, we were still. I
Right.
mean,
Mm.
our mothers and
Yeah.
fathers were doing well. They used to go to markets. They used to go to
Right.
farm. They will come home,
Mm.
submit, and respect their husbands, and husbands also loving their
That's it.
wives. And all of a sudden, something
Mm.
changed. They even now decided
Changed.
how many children
Right.
we need to give birth to. You
Mm.
understand? And
Yeah.
then we
Mm-hmm.
realized that that those times. I remember those times. President Rollins had only 4 children or so three. But when
Yeah.
he passed, we realized that he had a lot of children. But these were the things that they were
Right.
saying. Just give birth to only two, only three, only what?
Mm.
Family
Mm.
planning and all that. You see, when you talk
Mm.
about family planning, it doesn't go against women. It goes against men. Honestly.
Okay.
You understand?
Really?
Oh, yes. You know, because it's
Okay.
men who were
I'm learning something new.
yeah,
I
I
think
won't
I thought
even
we
like to go there
lose. I never knew the
because
men. Right.
I pray that
Okay.
these bloggers will not pick your video and blast me on Facebook because I know people will be watching. But the seriousness of it is that You
Yeah.
know, there were certain things you will never see a woman doing, because those times they
Right.
were raising women
Yeah.
for men and children.
That's
Now
it.
women are
Okay.
not raised for men and children anymore. They are raised
Anymore.
for
Yeah.
career, and that is
Careers.
where it
Okay.
went
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a more and more to talk about this. Honestly, this
Mm,
what you're saying can be a big topic that we can really dwell in, which I'll have time for
yeah.
us to talk about it, because there's more that
Mm,
you are saying, and I have also been thinking what you're saying. It's bringing a lot of things in my mind, a lot of
mm,
questions that I want to ask on the show, and I believe people who are watching too want to know more what you're saying.
mm.
But let's go on the main topic for today, so that we'll have time for this topic. I'm going to have you back on the show so that you will talk
Of
about
course.
more about the women being raised, not raised for men and children anymore, but for career, which is very deep, and we want to know more about it because we need to learn. And women, we need to know our positions, and the men
Mm,
to know their positions, so that we'll know how. If not, marriages cannot work. If not, we'll
mm,
keep on hitting our head against each other.
mm,
So we need to get down to the root, the bottom of it, and then we climb up and know how we can deal with it, so that the new generation that is coming will learn from this.
mm,
Because there's too many
mm.
mess going on. There's too many
Yeah.
mess going on everywhere. There's a mess. There's divorce. There's this. There's a lot going on,
Mm.
which is breaking the
What
homes, breaking the world. Yeah,
the one thing I can say is that there are good women out there, and there are bad
right.
women out there, as there are
Out there,
good
true.
men out there and there are bad
Out there,
men out
true,
there. But the only
true.
thing I can say is that we've come to a point where we are promoting evil too much,
Right.
even in a
Too much.
positive way and negative way.
Mm,
Like, for instance,
I agree.
oh, this man has
Mm,
gone to sleep with this woman. Oh,
yeah.
you
Mm,
see, this man has
yeah.
slept with this woman, and it's very, very bad. So we've come to a
Mm,
point where women come by themselves and say,
mhm.
and he slept with me. Gone are the days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gone are the days. You wouldn't ever see a woman coming out
Mm.
publicly to talk about these things.
It's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame for
It
a
was a
woman to do
shame to
that. It's a
them because
shame.
they
It's
feel
a
like,
shame.
yes, they feel like, no, this is wrong. My family would not even like to see me doing this. But now people have gone beyond, that line, and
Yeah.
they think that when they do that, they are disgracing the man, but they don't know that they are
No.
actually shaming
No.
themselves. You
Of
know,
course.
and and
Of
and and
course.
recently I was talking to one particular blogger. She came to me and she was telling me some stuff, and I was like, wow. He said, yes, sir. And I was
Mm.
there, and somebody called and told the blogger, and the person said, please, I'm bringing this man to you. I want you
Mm.
to block the person for me. And the young lady asked the other young lady that, what has the man done? She said,
Done. Yeah.
she has slept with me and she did not pay me. So please block
Wow.
her for me. Yes. And said, I have
Wow.
pictures, videos that I can release them. And so I
Mm.
have come to a point where I don't know if society could be able to have a record to understand that a woman who comes out to talk about sexual things and all that, in a sense of trying to say
It's
blackmail somebody with sex,
somebody.
do they even
Right.
see it as these people are prostitutes?
Right.
Do they see it?
Right.
and
Of
and
course.
and they make it
There's no difference. There's no difference.
yes, and they feel
There's no
like
difference.
it is normal. I mean, if you have slept with that woman and it's an agreement, so pay the woman. I said, whoa, this is
Wow.
how you guys
It's
believe,
crazy.
you know? And
Wow.
and it's dangerous. It is
It's getting
dangerous.
worse.
Now,
It's getting
one lady
worse.
said something to me that I was so amazed. He said,
Mm.
Papa, I said, yes. He said, you know what? I have 10 men. 10 men. And these 10 men, the first time going to them, I made all of them to sleep with me for free. So all that I do
Really?
is that, yes, All that she does is that every month she will just call them and say, please, they have kicked me out of my room and I want to go and rent, a new apartment. Is going for, let's say, is going for
Okay.
4,000, and so I have got
Right.
20,000. Please, I need just only 20,000. No, sorry, it's
Right.
4,000. I've been able to get 2,000. I just need another 2,000 to add. So if you say,
Right.
oh, I don't even have, so take 10, take 1,000. He will collect, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
all of them. When he gets 1,000 from them, that is 10,000.
Wow.
So this is what they are doing.
So the baseline here that we're talking about is money, isn't it? She's doing it for money.
Yes, he is collecting money from such people, and if you don't give that
Okay.
money, he will disgrace you. He will blackmail you,
Right.
and
Right.
people do not look at those things. You understand?
Mm.
They don't look at that. Oh, as long as anybody say anything, yes, everybody will jump into it and start disgracing the person without
Right.
going to check
Yeah.
the
Without
nitty-gritty of
knowing
the
the
matter.
reason.
What happened?
That's
You
it.
understand? And so
That's it.
the
That's it.
society is becoming dangerous and scary.
It's getting worse. It's getting worse.
Yes,
And honestly, when I watch things on social media, the way the Ghanaian ladies, I mean Ghanaian ladies, because
mm,
that's what I'm seeing. The Africans, the way we're doing is getting out of hands. The white people who brought all these things are even you can see that they modernize it, but it's
mm,
getting dirty. Let me use the word dirty.
mm.
It's getting dirty on social media.
Yeah, and you see, when this happens, they don't sit down and analyze it or talk about it. I was saying to one of the
Right.
guys, I said, you guys must be very careful of certain things,
Mm,
and
mm,
they said, Daddy, how? I said, yes. Oh, Daddy, the girl
mm.
came by herself. Oh, she says I should do it. I said, don't, because that is a strategy they are using at this moment. So if you're a guy and you're
That's
watching,
it.
be very careful. Don't think that, oh, the girl
Be very
just came and
careful.
it's for free, so I'm just going to do it. Because
Right.
now that is one of the things they are using to kill great men. And they'll tell you,
But
they
that,
will
that is
tell
that is
you,
that is demonic, isn't it? In some way, I see it. Yeah, it's not normal, and it's
it's
like
demonic.
it's been in the Bible days, like Samson.
Mm,
Like now, we have a lot of the Delilahs, and we have the Potiphar's wives who blackmail. I mean, men for for sleeping with them in the name of whatever it is. And I think this
yeah,
is what is happening because
it
it's
is.
not
It is.
normal.
It's dangerous, and people are, they will tell you that, you see, when you disgrace this person, the person will give you something, so therefore you just disgrace the person, he will call and bargain so that at least you get some money from them, and then it sounds so good to them. It sounds so good to them, and it's very dangerous,
It's
so
evil.
I personally, I know these things, and I always tell people, be extra careful. And
Careful,
those who
yeah,
does these things, definitely there's a consequence. So let me come
of
back to
course,
your point, what you were even talking about. That's,
yeah,
you know men, what they are going through, abuse that
yeah.
they are going through.
Yeah,
Most
I
of
think I
them are
think I
going
think what
through
you're
a
saying,
lot.
what you're saying is in line to what an abusive relationship is the same thing.
Yes.
Men be going through,
Yep.
being accused of doing things or maybe sleeping with a woman, and then you'll be put in the public and be shamed and all that. That is also an
Yes.
abuse. It's a form of an abuse, isn't
Yes.
it?
You see a woman telling you, if you don't take care,
Mm,
most men of God.
mm,
One man of God died at Kasua area. The
right.
the man of God actually, and this one, you see, it didn't come on the news. That's the problem.
That's
Do
the
you know
thing.
why he died?
Mm,
He slept with his church member,
right.
and
Mm,
at that time the family was not, definitely something was wrong in the family,
the
and
family.
mistakenly he ended up sleeping with the lady, and
Yeah.
this time he prayed and he said that he will confess to the wife, and
Right.
he confessed to the wife and said to the wife, this is what has happened. It was, after they came Friday night, he spoke to the wife and said, honey, this is what I have done. and I pray for forgiveness. And I want to tell you that this is what I did with this woman. The wife
Right.
said, this is what you did. The Saturday,
Mm.
I am going
Mm.
to, he was going to, what do you call it, Agbogboshi, to sell.
Right.
So she said,
Right.
when I come back on Sunday,
Mm.
I will make sure
Mm.
the whole church will get to know about what you've done.
Oh dear.
I would
Right.
disgrace you in front of everybody. I would disgrace
Mm.
you on social media. And
Mm.
so the man knew what the wife can do.
It's about to do.
Already,
Right.
the wife had gone to call the church
Mm.
elder that this is what my husband has done, and I will
It's
make
that
my
old. Yeah.
husband know who I am. They
Right.
are giving birth to 5 children.
Right.
So the man wrote a letter
Mm.
that whilst the woman came home in the evening, Saturday evening, the man had hung himself,
Oh dear.
gone to toilet. He had weed
Wow.
on the floor and he's dead. The man is dead.
Wow.
And
Wow.
after the
Wow.
man died, they
Mm.
find this woman started crying and they found the paper. The man has written that you killed me. I cannot stand this shame.
Oh dear.
You see?
Wow.
And now the
Wow.
woman was crying.
Wow.
I have a man of God, happens to
Mm.
be a friend of mine.
Mm. Mm.
He will come to me and say to me, man of God, I can't handle this.
Wow.
My wife has killed me. They were going through divorce.
Mm.
He said, I can't handle this.
Mm.
As I'm talking to you, the man is dead.
Wow.
One of the finest great bishops.
Wow.
Yes.
But I think
Now,
one thing that we don't realize is that men of God are the targets. You see, anyone that you call yourself a man of God or whatever it is, we tend to realize that one, they are flesh like us, they have blood running through them, they are human, and they are weak as well. They are weak as well, so they can also
today
fall.
I
And the
want
challenge
to
to
say
them
this.
is more than what we go through.
Today I want to say this on your platform.
That's it. Yeah.
A lot of people blame men of God of somehow leading the children astray. Let me tell you something.
Right.
They don't know the scriptures. Men of God are many at times are somehow influenced by their congregation.
Mm.
Whatever you see a man of God doing
Right.
is the influence of the congregation. And it is scriptural
Of
as
course.
well, but people do not actually look at it. Let me tell you, when I started
Mm.
my ministry, I wasn't taking offering. It was
Yeah.
church members that said, no, man of God, we need the
Take
money
off.
to buy this and buy that
That's
and
it.
buy this before we started taking offering.
That's it.
Let me say this to you.
Mm.
The Bible says that Jesus went to a particular place and he, as you know him, he does wonders, miracles. But the place
Yeah.
where he went, they did not believe in whatever he was doing. Because they
Of course.
didn't believe in him, he couldn't do anything
That's
there.
all. Of course.
And
Yeah.
then the Bible tells you that when Moses went to seek the face of God, Aaron
Mm.
and Miriam, they were
Mm.
waiting and they were taking care of the congregation.
That's
Before
it.
they got to know, the congregation had, caused Aaron to make
Mm.
a calf for them to
Right.
serve. Let me tell
Mm.
you something. If people know this secret, I'm telling you, we
Mm.
as men of God, you will go to certain place and you will preach very well. I know if any man of God is watching me, they will understand what I'm saying. You will preach
Yeah.
very well because the people there are charged. They are ready to pray. They are ready to
Yeah.
support. And so therefore you feel like, yes, you can feel the Holy Spirit and feel everything. And then when you get to certain place and you see that they are all cold and you can't do anything. And so
Anything. True.
many people should know that the
True.
congregation are not
Yeah.
innocent. They are not
True.
innocent. You are
True.
just one person and you are dealing
True.
with thousands of people. And guess
Mm.
what? When you're a man of God, that doesn't mean you are sensible. If
Of
you're a man
course.
of God, it doesn't mean you have wisdom than everybody. If
Of
you're a
course.
man of God, it does not mean you are grown than everyone. Because there are people who be sitting down, it is just because of God. That's why they are sitting there.
It's true. It's
You
true.
know, and so people kind of make it look like, oh, the people that goes to maybe Abiam's church, all of them, they are children, and he's leading them astray. No, there are lawyers,
No.
there are judges, there are
Yeah.
great men that
Yeah.
are there that can even give birth to Abiam.
True.
You understand? So
Yeah.
people should stop the way they do their propaganda to make it look like, yes, the man of God is the most wicked person. Listen,
Yeah.
if let me go to politics. Don't tell me that Nana Akufo-Addo is the one that is leading Ghana astray. No, there is a group of people. Ghanaians are
Okay.
part
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see, people, listen, whatever that goes on, if you see any great leader, there are great followers.
Mm.
You understand?
Mm.
If you see
Yeah.
any great leader who is doing well, there are great followers. The Bible tells us clear that for David to be a king, he was
Mm.
anointed by God to understand. He was
Yeah.
anointed. David was anointed to be a king, but he could not be the king until a group
Right.
of people came together and said, "Let us make him a king."
Make him. Yeah. Right, guys. If you just tune in, this is the Princess Roy in the Pinky Room show, and I'm having a great show with Doctor Reverend Doctor Abiam Danso. The line is gone a bit of technical hinges here and there, but hopefully we'll get him back. So today's topic we're talking about Christian men in abusive marriages or relationships. And we're talking about a few things, things that is going on social media and all that. Please, if you're watching, don't forget to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. This show is streaming live on Roy Network on YouTube, and also YKA TV on Facebook, and also Aberdeen TV. Also, our distributors is Universe Network US. So don't forget to subscribe. Also, share this link, share it for people to watch, because, like we're talking about, people always think that it's only women that go through abusive relationship or marriages, only Christian women that are suffering in abusive marriages or relationship, but men are also going through. Men are also going through. So we discussed this show. We did women going through an abusive marriages and relationship last. I think that was June, our June episode. Yeah, and some of the men came to me and said, Princess, it's not only the women. We men are also suffering. It's just because we don't talk about it. But I said, you know what? We have to share this on the Pinky Room show. People have to know that men are also going through abusive marriages and relationships. The father that they don't hear, the father that they don't talk about doesn't mean that they're not going through it. They are going through it. They are going through it. I've seen your comments. Please keep on sharing your comments. If you have anything to say about this topic, if you know anyone who is going through, a man who is going through abusive marriage or relationship, please drop your comments. Let's discuss about it. Let's talk about this, because people have to hear. And until the world hear, we will always fight for the women. It will always be the women, and the men will always be suffering. And that shouldn't be the case. That shouldn't be the case. The men also need to talk about what they're going through. The world has to also know what they're going through. Before maybe we have Reverend Doctor back, Abian Danso back, I want to share this story. When I was a bit younger, I had this story from a friend who told me about a pastor who was married to a lady, a beautiful lady. And I asked myself, there's this trending or things going on in Ghana that some pastors, love beautiful women. They love beautiful women, they love the fair women, the beautiful ones, so that when they go in, everyone come to church, they'll be beside them. They say, oh, pastor's wife is very beautiful. Beautiful beauty can be very deceptive. Okay. So, and also there's something that I also have also witnessed. This is something that I've realized because I'm in the music industry. I'm in the gospel music industry, and I know this, that most pastors, when they are coming up, they always want a gospel singer, someone who sings, so that when I'm a pastor, so when I'm preaching, I'll have someone behind me who will be singing. This has been something that's going on for so long in Ghana specifically, okay? And I've seen this going on. So you see that some men will end up marrying a woman not because, or a pastor will marry a woman not because of maybe, oh, I love her so much, or maybe the woman is the, but because she sings, because she's got a good voice. So we're going to do ministry together. So I preach, I pray, and my wife will also sing. Is that, should it be the case? Should it be the reason of marriage? And this is why so many Christian marriages are breaking up and being destroyed because of the reason why we choose our wives and husbands. Okay, so going back to this story, this pastor who was married to this beautiful woman. I mean, I'm telling you, the woman is very beautiful, very beautiful. Okay, and this pastor had a lady that he was courting with. This lady gave everything, and at the end, the pastor did not marry that lady and ended up marrying that beautiful woman. That other woman too is beautiful, but I'm talking about, you should understand what I'm saying, okay? Because that other woman was very beautiful. So he ended up disappointing this lady and married this woman, this beautiful woman. And the things that this man, the pastor, went through, I'm telling you, is mind blowing. Mind blowing. Okay, mind blowing, to the point that I heard that the woman one day, the man was in the shower, okay, in the shower bathing, and I think they had some arguments, and out of nowhere in the shower while the pastor was bathing, this woman went, attacked the man, stabbed his head with a knife. And she kept on blackmailing the woman, she started with pregnancy. Okay, the man, I think the man had an affair with her, and then she got pregnant and she said, you have to marry me. And that's how it started from. And this pastor has to go through this every time. His life was on I mean, at the edge. The woman will attack this pastor anytime. Like when they have arguments, I'm going to destroy you. Like Pastor Reverend Dr. Abiam, that's what was saying. They'll blackmail you. You're a pastor. Yes, you're doing this. So if you don't do this or that, I'm going to expose you. I'm going to tell people, I'm going to disgrace because you're a pastor and you slept with me, or you did this or you did that. So out of fear, that man of God has to shut up or do whatever it is it takes to just, keep his image. So this is what the pastor was going through. And like I said, this woman went so far to the point of nearly killed this pastor, stabbed his head with a knife whilst he was in the shower bathing. So why should we think that it's only women who go through abusive marriages and relationships? There's men out there suffering. And you've heard the story that I've said now. And many women are doing that. And what I want to say is that, most people who think that men of God are kind of supernatural human beings, they don't have feelings and all that, you get it wrong. You are getting it absolutely wrong. And remember that as a man of God, they are the ones who have the targets. Everyone who is called and chosen as a man of God. See, sometimes these women themselves will push themselves to these men of God. They will purposely go to their offices, go to them just to allow themselves to I mean, what should I say? Seduce them. Some of them will seduce them, make them sleep with them, just to expose them and destroy their ministry. And it's happening. So why are we not talking about that? It's always the man has slept with the woman. How did it happen? How did it happen? If we start looking into this and looking at the reasons behind what is happening, we will know that these some of these men of God are genuine, but unfortunately, there's these women who are putting them through this kind of situations. Haven't you seen before? Haven't you heard before that sometimes there's even women who are demonic? They are sent from the evil world just to come and destroy a man of God. There's many going on. There is many, 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 many going on. Some of them will go to the extent of getting married to the pastor and then just to destroy them, destroy their ministry because this pastor is powerful. So yes, Christian men, pastors, men of God, reverend, and other, these great men also go through abusive marriages and relationships. We need to know. We need to know this. If a woman comes out and say, "Oh, this pastor has slept with me," okay, yeah. How did it happen? What happened? What is the reason behind what's happened? What happened? And like I was telling Dr. Reverend Dr. Abiam Dance when he was on the show that like Samson and Delilah. Delilah did whatever she has to do just to get Samson. Destroy him because why? He's powerful. Because you see, let me say this. Like it happened in Samson's days, right? You see that Delilah was employed. She was employed. She was working for the other king because they know that Samson was a threat to them. And let me tell you this secret. Sometimes even some men of God, okay, can employ some women to just to go and destroy their fellow man of God. Yes. Just because, oh, he's a threat to me. They can plan this against the other men of God because they feel like they've been a threat or they feel like their ministry is growing. So let's go and destroy him. This is happening. These things are happening. They're happening. And some of them will, like I said, they will go to the extent of getting married to this pastor just to destroy them because of their ministries. I am in the ministry and I know what I'm talking about. Some women too in ministry, we go through the same thing. You go and meet a man who you think that you marry, you love, but maybe sometimes that person is sent by the devil just to come and destroy your ministry, and destroy you. So it happens. It happens. So let's stop. I mean, always being on the women's side without knowing the reason behind when a woman says that a man has slept with me or whatever it is, and you don't know, you don't get the reason behind or how it happened. It takes two to tango. So a man sent me a message. He said, "Princess, my wife is always torturing me." And there's so many forms of abuse. Okay, he is saying that his abuse is when the wife denies him from having sex, and then when he tries to go out there, then she tries to accuse him. It's a form of abuse. To him, he's yeah, and he's a form. I agree with him. So it's not only women that go through abusive relationship. Men also go through that. There are women who are also cheating on their husbands. Some pastors are going through that. Some of them, their wives are cheating on them. Sometimes they want to hold it together. Oh, I'm a pastor. I'm a man of God. So I have to hold it together. My ministry. So they can't talk about it. It's not only the men who always cheat or men of God who always cheat. No, it's not only them. It's happening everywhere. It's the same way. Like Reverend Abiam also said that yeah, we have good women out there. We have bad women out there. We have good men out there. We have bad women out there. It cuts across. Okay, so today, like I told you, because of our technical issues and all that, I mean, we've been able to have Reverend Abian. So we didn't have much of the topic discussed, which we're going to have him back. But at least we've had a bit of discussion about this topic. And I think next month is the second year anniversary of the Pinky Room show. And thank God for that. I'm grateful to God because it has been a very, very long journey. It hasn't been an easy journey, but God has been so good. God has been so good. How many times you will call someone to come on the show and then last minute you get turned down? You know, some of them will not even tell you until you pick up a phone and call them. Oh, you're getting ready to come on the show, and tell them that. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't come on the show. The disappointment is real. Okay, it's not easy. It's not. It hasn't been. It hasn't been a smooth journey, and I know that it's not going to be a smooth journey. But with God, all things are possible. If you're called to do something, you will do it regardless how difficult it is. God is going to give you the strength to do it. So yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so grateful to God for how far He has brought the Pink Room show. So next month, like I said, it is the second anniversary of the Pinky Room show, and I thank God because what God is doing is mind blowing. Okay, it's mind blowing. So I'm gonna say bye to you very soon, and expect our next episode coming up next month. We always do it last Sunday of the month. So go subscribe to Roy Network on YouTube. Okay. This show is always streamed on Roy Network on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button, share the link. There's so many things that we share on this show, deep and real things that we share on the show. And I thank God that most of my guests, some of them, they will say, oh, I don't, the time is too long, the time is this and that, and they'll be complaining. But the moment they get on the show, thank God that they don't want to go, they don't want to go, they don't want to leave, they want to stay, they want to spend hours. And after the show, they will call me and say, Princess, the time, I wish I have a lot to say. That is how the show is. Okay, very interesting, very fun. You come here, it's very entertaining. We share much of wisdom, knowledge, deep things, to encourage someone out there, to motivate someone out there, to educate someone out there, especially our young coming up, the youngsters coming up, the youth. We want you to learn. There's some mistakes that we have done and some of our fathers have done. We don't want you to do the same thing. About relationship, about life. We discuss about everything. It's not only relationship. We talk about health, everything, financial, everything. We're going to go more deeper from this year. We're going to go more deeper into the Pinky Room show, and you hear real talk. If I say realest talk on the Pinky Room show. Okay. So subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit on the subscribe button, Roy Network, share the link, invite your friends and family to join the big family that we're doing. Let them be part of it. Let us, share the love all over the world. Let us impact into someone. Let us also encourage someone. Let us motivate someone. Let us educate someone out there. People are dying. People need to hear things. People are dying. But it's a shame that when the good things is difficult for people to support. Why? I don't know. But I pray that people will get the vision of this show. They will get the vision of this show so that they can support it for us to get out there to help other people. Okay. Also, we stream it on YKA TV Nigeria, Aberdeen TV Nigeria, and also our distributor is Universe Network US, who distributes our show all over the world. Okay, so guys, hit on the subscribe button, be part of this Pink Room show. Let's help people out there. People are dying every day, emotionally. Every day, people are dying. We need to get it out there. Also, the Pink Room show, what we do is we reach out to the dying world. Okay, so we have branches all over the world that we go, we give to the needy and the poor on the streets, women, orphans, children on the street, single mothers, widows. That's what we do. We have branches in in Ghana, in Nigeria, in South Africa, everywhere. We're going everywhere. So if you want to be part of this family, also to reach out to the dying world, please, you can also contact us. Our contact details are on the screen. Get in touch with us and support this show in every way. If you want to also sponsor the show, you can also contact us. Our details are on the show, on the screen. Okay. Contact us if you want to sponsor us. We'll be very grateful. And let's work together as a team and support us to reach out to the whole world. Okay. In every aspect, financially and everything. We'll be very grateful. Also, we share love on the Pinky Room Show, as you can see. Pinky, 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 right? We share love on the Pinky Room Show. So if you want to show appreciation to a woman or a man, your husband or your wife, and someone that is dear to you, a sister, a mother, an auntie who has been good to you in some way, or someone that you love, you can also send your message to us. We can read it on the Pink Room Show. If you want to show love to them, not only on Vows Day or any love day, but every time. If someone has done something to you, a woman, a man, who have done something for you that you really appreciate, you want to show them appreciation, you can also send your message to us and we will share it on the Pink Room Show. We recognize the person and also join you to appreciate the person on the Pinky Room Show. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna say bye to you today. If you just tune in, this is the Pinky Room Show with Princess Roy. I just want to say thank my media partners, YKA TV Nigeria, Bedin TV Nigeria, and also Universe Network US. Thank you for streaming the show live on your platforms. Thank you so much. If you want to advertise on the show, we are ready for you. We'll do it for you. Okay, we'll advertise your products, anything that you want to advertise. You can contact us also. Details are on the screen, and we will advertise, promote your product or anything you want to do. We will help you do it. All right. So I'm gonna say bye to you. If you missed this show, or maybe you join us at the end of the show, because Reverend Abiendasu came on the show and shared a very great wisdom on the show that you don't want to miss. You don't want to miss. You need to hear it. So go back on Roy Network or type the Pinky Room Show, and then you can go back and watch what you missed. And also, not only that, our previous shows, we have an interesting topic that we've shared on the Pinky Room Show. Very interesting topics, and I've had some great people come on the show to share mind-blowing knowledge on the Pink Room Show. So go back there, just click, go search the Pink Room Show or Roy Network on YouTube and watch all our episode. And I'm telling you, you will be blessed. You'll be educated. You'll be motivated. You will be encouraged. All right. So I'm going to say bye to you for now. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so let me before I end the show, let me read the comments. Okay, so someone said powerful, very powerful. Thank you. And someone said women are raised as careers. Okay, all right. And also I have someone saying that family planning favors women more than the men. We'll talk about this later, because that really, really, really hits me. That is what Reverend Dr. Abi announces said. Is that true? If you are watching, share your views, share your comment about this. Family planning favors women more than the men. I never knew that. Well, yay, I'm learning. All right. And also, he said that someone said women are now raised for career than the men. Right. That also hits me. That also hits me. Which we're going to have him back on the show to tell us, explain these very details to us. Because I never knew that women are now raised for careers than men. Amazing, right? So you can imagine what I'm saying. Yeah, deep things share on the Pinky Room Show, mind blowing. And someone said that many men of God are target. I agree 100%. And someone also said, well done. Thank you so much, guys. I'm going to say bye to you for now. Watch out for our October episode, 2022 October episode. Be ready for that because next month's October is the second year anniversary of the Pinky Room Show. And I'm so excited. Okay, so guys, you can't miss out. Okay, so subscribe, hit on the subscribe button so that when we are live, you'll be the first to receive the alerts that we are live so that you can join us to have a great discussion. Bye from me, Princess Roy, and from the Pinky Room Show. Love ya. See ya.